Uh, Page 9, Stage 1, Marley's Ghost. Scrooge had often heard it said that Marley had no vowels, but he had never believed it until now. No, nor did he believe it even now. Thought he looked the phantom throat and saw it standing before him. Thought he felt the chilling influence of its date called age, and marked the very texture of the folded kefir bone out its head and chin, which Warper he had not observed before. He was still incredulous and fought against his senses. "How now?" said Scrooge, coughing and cold as ever. "What do you want with me?" "Much." Marley's voice, no doubt about it. "Who are you?" Ask me who I was." "Who were you then?" said Scrooge, raising his voice. "Your particular form a shade," he was going to say. "To a shade," but tituled this as more appropriate. "In life I was your partner, Jacob Marley. Can you sit down?" asked Scrooge, looking doubtfully at him. "I can. Do it then." Scrooge asked me the question because he didn't know whether a ghost so transparent might find himself in a condition to take a chair, and felt that the event of its being impossible, it might involve the necessity of an embarrassing explanation. But the ghost sat down on the opposite side of the fireplace, as if he were quite used to it. "You don't believe in me," observed the ghost. "I don't," said Scrooge. What evidence would have of my reality beyond that of your senses?" "I don't know," said Scrooge. "Why, why do you doubt your senses?" "Because," said Scrooge, "a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes the shade. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than grave about your weather you." Scrooge Scrooge was not much in the habit of cracking jokes, nor did he believe in his heart by any means waging them. The truth is that the tried to be smart as a means of distracting his own attention and keeping down his terror, for the spectre's voice disturbed the warm marrow in his bones. To sit, staring at those fixed glazed eyes, in the silence for a moment, would play, Scrooge felt the very deudis within him. There was something very awful 2. In the specters being private with an infernal atmosphere of his own. Scrooge could not feel it himself, but this is clearly the case, for throughout the ghost sat peculiarly nationally, motionless, its hair and skirt and tails were still agitated his by the hot vapor from an oven. You you see you see these topics, said Scrooge, returning quickly to the chair, from the reason just isn't and wishing. Struck this worry only for a second, to divert the vision, stunning gaze from himself. I do, replied the ghost. You are not looking at it, said Scrooge. But I see it, said the ghost, notwithstanding. Page number 10, Stage 1, Marley's Ghost. Well, returned Scrooge, I have but to swallow this, and before the rest of my days persecuted by a legion of goblins, all of my own creation. Humbug, I tell you, humbug. At this the spirit raised a frightful cry, and shook its chain with such a dismal and a paging noise, that Scrooge held on to his chair, to save himself from falling in a swoon. But how much greater was his horror when the phantom taking of the bandage round its head, as if it were to warn or to warn indoors. Its lower half dropped down upon its breast. Stranger Scrooge fell upon his knees and clasped his hands before his face. "Mercy," he said, "dreadful apparition, why do you trouble me? Man of the worldly men," replied the ghost, "do you believe in me or not?" "I do," says Scrooge. "I must. But we do spirit talk in the heart, and why do they come to me? It requires of every man, the ghost returner, that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his followmen, and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do see after death. It is doomed to wander throughout the world. Who was is me? And witness what it cannot share, but might have shared on earth, and turned to happiness. Again the spectre raised a cry. Repeat. "You are father," said Scrooge, trembling. "Tell me why?" "I wear the chain I forget in life," replied the ghost. "I made it link by link, and yard by yard. I grade in on my own free will, and of my own free will I wore it. Is its parents strange to you?" Scrooge trembled more and more. Or would you know? Pursued the ghost. The weight and length of the strange coil you bear yourself. It was full. It was full as heavy and a long hat is. 7 Christmas Eve ago. You have labored on it since. It is a it is a ponderous chain. Scrooge glanced about him on the floor, in the expression of finding himself surrounded by some 50 or 60 famous of iron cable, but the cold nothing. Jacob, he said, imploring. All Jacob Marley, they tell me more. Speak conform to me, Jacob. I have none to give, the ghost replied. It comes from other regions. Ebenezer Scrooge and he is conveyed by other mysteries to other kings of men. Nor can I tell you what I would. A very later more it's all permitted to me. I cannot rest, I cannot stay, I cannot linger anywhere here. My spirit never walked beyond our coaching house. Mark me. In life, my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money chanting hall, and wearing younger life before me. It was a habit with Scrooge. Whenever he becomes truthful, to put his hands in his breech pockets, pondering on what the ghost had said. He didn't know, but without lifting up his eyes or getting of his keenness.